So as we're into pretty much the final parts of the game, I don't see many strikers coming now that will change this list, to be fair. Other than maybe a 99 Mbappé, but to be honest, he's just going to be up the chain anyway, so it really doesn't make that much difference. I have just chosen one player, so we've not got three different versions of Mbappé or R9, Ronaldo, Messi, the whole jazz. So we are starting with number 10. If you're looking for coins to improve your team, head over to lootbar.gg for the most reliable and also the best coins around. Also, they have incredible 24-hour manual customer service that you physically cannot find anywhere else. But before finishing on lootbar.gg, make sure you are using JT11 to get 8% off coupon. Once you've gone through the payment, you'll be able to get your coins within the next 24 hours, absolutely guaranteed. Also, with the code, you'll be able to get 5% more coins on every transaction. Make sure you do click the link either in the description or down in the comment section below. Ginola. Now, this list is incredibly difficult and it also depends on what sort of striker you like. Personally, for me, finesse shot has got to be a must. I think that has a big impact on a card. Doesn't necessarily mean they are 100% the best striker in the game. There is lots that have the finesse but then don't have the combination makeup alongside it. Rapid Plus is another fan favourite of mine. And then really after that, that's all I kind of need. Anything else is like a bonus. If you're going to get a first touch, acrobatic, aerial, power shot, they are all extra bits for the card. But then it's down to the 5-5, the 5 skill, the 5 weak foot, having maybe the greatest attributes, which to be honest, most of this list does have. We're not going to spend much time on that because pretty much every striker, attacker at this point is like 95 and above pace, 95 and above shooting, dribbling, good amount of physicality. Maybe they've got some extra passing. Some of them are obviously SBCs, which is very nice to have indeed. And I do think Ginola comes in at that number 10. I think he's one of them players that is just very good in game, and it does come down to height, their build, their running type, their acceleration type. There is a lot of factors in here, and to be honest, what would be possibly more interesting is seeing the list from like 25 to 1, because the 10 I think you could probably make up in your head. Then picking between Eto'o, Drogba, Henry, even putting Son as the 99 into a striker would be a very interesting list, because I think we've got anywhere between 30 to maybe 40 really top end strikers. Number 9, one that I was unsure about. I really like him in game. I think the 99 has definitely done him a little bit of a disservice, to be honest. Now, he plays incredible. Like, he is top 1, top 2 in terms of a cam roll. As a striker, I think he still is very good at it, even without the playstyle pluses that I mentioned. No rapid plus, no finesse shot, does have the power, does have the trivela, little bit of tiki-taka if he wants as well, and he has the technical. Now, technical is my worst favourite. Power shot is definitely been, it's not been nerfed as such, but people are very much aware of it now. Once before, kind of like mid-month 2 into the game, when we did get the finesse shot patched, power shot was kind of that outlet. Not many people kind of almost blocked it straight away. They kind of let you have that first or second chance, and if you were taking advantage of that, you could get a very easy goal straight off the bat, and then yes, they would kind of stop it. Whereas now defenders, midfielders are really on it, and they just block everything anyway. But I do think Pelé for me is one of them strikers that without the playstyle pluses still absolutely owns it. Maxed out shooting, incredible pace, his dribbling's there, you can add a bit of physicality onto him as well, and he most definitely has got to be in that category of some of the best cards in the actual game. Number 8, we've got Hamm. Now, she was obviously going to be in here. I didn't know how high or how low I would actually put her, and I think it just come down to preference. I think with this top 10, other than maybe the top 3 or 4, I don't think there's really that much of a structure behind this. I think it is just, who is your favourite? Do you like Hamm more so than the number 6, 7, and well, 7, 6, and 5? Because she could easily be there. Rapid plus, finesse shot, power shot, first touch. A very, very nice combination of playstyle pluses. The stats, like we said, are incredible. She's got the 5-star, 5-star. The only thing you could possibly have the argument with is maybe being a little bit shorter. Being 5'5" might not have the physical presence, but we've seen in the game, it really doesn't matter that much. She still gets in behind. She gets the shots off. She's obviously got incredible stats to be this absolute top-end striker. She was obviously sold off at the start of the game as the competition for R9. Now, R9 for me is incredible in himself. The body type is absolutely perfect for him having his own, and then mixed in with just how good he truly is in the game. He was always going to come out on top eventually, but obviously Mia Hamm was suggested as that top end sort of striker as well, which I think saying that she's what, top 8? Did I say 8? 10, 9, 8. Top 8 in the game at this point is very impressive on the first year, because whether they even got the females right in this game was going to be the big question, because it is so much to juggle around with height, with their stats, with the balance of stuff, with then the skill move, weak foot. It was always going to be a very interesting one to see how they enable that when we know the taller players. For instance, last year, Czech had that lengthy attribute. Would the females get that at the end of the game? And most definitely they didn't. Controlled explosive for Mia Hamm, but she still absolutely rocks it. We then have 99 Eusébio. Now, it's probably just out of pure preference for him, because realistically, Mia Hamm is technically better for playstyle plus wise. Obviously, Eusébio is not necessarily that much taller either, 5'5" to 5'9", and in terms of playstyle plus, he's got the finesse shot that I need. He's then got the quick step, which is kind of a little bit of a substitution away from that rapid plus, which I think is an absolute must. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of technical. It works, and it's down to me personally. I know a lot of people that can use it and utilize it in a very good way. For me, it's just not the one I want. I want to just run. I don't need the technical side of it. I want to just rapid, quick step, get in front, get in behind, and there we go. We get the finesse, the power shot, the trivela, whatever sort of shot to be able to go in. But everything else is very similar. He's got the 5'5". The stats are obviously incredible. Like we say, most stats now, like you look at these top strikers, they're all going to be very, very similar in any sort of aspect. So then we take it to number 6, which is Johan Cruyff. Great to the game, 98 rated with the 5'5", as he has had from the very, very start of the game, which is nice. Stats-wise, looking absolutely impeccable. Now, with Cruyff, he isn't necessarily, well, he kind of is, but he isn't necessarily the run onto absolutely every ball. He can play like it, but the one thing I really like about Cruyff, and I think it kind of goes down to now the more technical ability for him, his dribbling in game is just next level. Some people have it, some don't. We've seen it with wingers. You can kind of have an Ansu Fati 96, 97. You could get Anthony, Garnacho, you could get Mudryk, all at that evolution 90 plus. But when you look at the likes of Neymar, of Ronaldinho, and especially Vinny as well, their dribbling it's almost like their animations for their dribbling, how much they touch the ball, their actual skill moves, they just work so much better. And Cruyff for me is that sort of player up front. He's a very tricky striker. He has an incredible shot on him, but the dribbling for me is what really puts him just a bit ahead. Now again, doesn't have the rapid plus, but he does have the finesse, the first touch, and a quick step, and then a little bit of a power shot as well. So he definitely is still qualifying in every right, which then takes us to our number 5 spot, which I think we're right. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 in Messi. Now, again, very much like Cruyff, he is that sort of player that is more dribbling based than anything. And I think it was very much seen from the start of the game. In and around the box, he's just a magician. Of course he is. That is what Messi is all about. The stats, again, are on another planet. And I think it speaks volumes of Messi. And maybe the nostalgic value of him as well. Being 99, being Messi, you kind of do place him a little bit higher. But I just absolutely love him in this game. Him and Ronaldo, I knew from the very start, would always get to that 99 value. And even next year, they will always get to that 99 value because of who they are. And failing that, if they retire mid-season, they're going to get an end of an era 99. And then guess what? Next year, they'll get the icons, and more than likely, they'll get to a 99 again. So it is just a constant loop now of the end game having a Messi and a Ronaldo, eventually a retired Neymar that would be pretty much on that same level as well. Like Cruyff, his dribbling ability is incredible, and he's probably the only person I would say that could really combat Pelé in that cam role and also in a striker role as well. He is just brilliant at every attacking option. I remember when Messi and Ronaldo were just more wingers than strikers, so it is nice to see him at this final point. Which then takes me to number 4. Now, I want to know a question. How would you order the 4? Who have you got there that's not already here, obviously? Who would you say this top 4 is? Because I'd just be interested to see who you would pick and where you'd order them. Because I think number 1 is obvious. Number 2, I could definitely see a question, but 3 and 4, for me, are definitely up there. I don't think there's any arguments between them, but I could see some people say different names. And obviously for me, number 4 is going to be Haaland. 5'5", 5-star, 5-star, 6'5". They just made him into an absolute freak of nature. Rapid plus, finesse shot, press proven and aerial. Like, they literally gave him the most incredible playstyle pluses, the most incredible card upgrade into a 99. Just nuts. Genuinely nuts. And I think this card could be one of the best strikers we've seen so far if it wasn't for my other 3. Now, when it comes to Haaland, you just know eventually he's going to get to the point where there's going to be an argument between him and Mbappé, him and R9, him and a Cruyff, a Eusébio, a Hamm from the absolute get-go. I think with Haaland, the very first card of him is great for the first week, and then he kind of just lets it slip. Now, I imagine he will get his own build. Whether he's got that now already, I don't think he does. But whether he does get his own build or potentially gets himself into a kind of that area where the game is just very meta towards his sort of style. We saw it with the likes of Gullit, Vieira, Ballack in the midfield, whereas that was like FIFA 19-20 when it was tall and fast players. And then there was games like, I want to say like FIFA 17 or 18, where it was very much a Messi, an Insigne, a Mertens, very much smaller dribbling based. With Haaland, we have got, I want to say it's probably unique, I want to say, if I can find it. I always lose it. Have we even got it here? I don't think we do. So, by the looks of it, anybody knows it in-game, let me know down below. But normally it says it here. Like, if I go to R9, I know his because, obviously, everybody should know that by now. He has his own body type, which is there. So, we've got body type R9. So, I can imagine Haaland's is probably going to be unique more so than anything. That would kind of strike me what it is. But whether he gets his own, that could be the real clincher for this game. Number 3 is going to go to my man CR7. Very similar to Haaland in some aspects. The rapid plus is incredible. He's got the finesse shot. Power shot, like I said, is that extra little bonus if you can get it off. But then having the power header, very similar to aerial. Definitely aerial is more, not necessarily even meta relevant, but it's kind of just that broken mechanic that really, really works. Whereas power header can do the same sort of job. And obviously it's CR7. He's got himself just this incredible aura around him. With him as well, I want to say he did manage to get into the body type of CR7, which is exactly why I'm saying if Haaland manages to get himself his body type, that is going to be what really takes this card. I don't think Messi has his own, to be honest, because he pretty much, no, he is Messi. Am I just bugging here? Has everybody got their own body type and I've just like completely missed this for the year? Body type. No, it didn't. Yeah, so it is specific players. Of course it is. It makes total sense. I was going to say, there is no way that everybody has their own body type. It would make sense because technically everybody's body is at least a little bit different. But CR7 will go in at number 3. Number 2 is R9. Now, I can't argue with him. He is just incredible. Even with no rapid plus. He's got the quick step, the finesse. Chip shot, probably my least shooting attribute that I want. I'd probably go finesse, trivela, power shot, then into the chip shot. So it's not really utilized every game or every other game, but there is some aspects where I can use it, so I suppose that is something at the very minimum. The first touch is fantastic, but really, for R9 in-game, it's just him. He is one of them cards that gets goals. He's just easy to deal with, and he's what I call a pick up and play sort of striker. Doesn't matter how you play, just literally attacking, defensive, counter-attacking down the wings. He is that good in every sort of game, and I think for me, he's one of the easiest strikers to use other than the number one spot, which is an obvious Mbappé. I am very shocked that we haven't had a 99 yet. Whether we get that this week, I'm just shocked that we haven't had from footage the 99 Mbappé. We've had obviously CR7, we've had Hamm, we've had Eusébio. Where is our 99 Mbappé? I know this version is Real Madrid, so it's kind of not even the first Real Madrid card, but I think at the very minimum, Mbappé deserves that 99 slot. If Haaland's got one, if Messi, Salah, Son, Ronaldo have got one, Mbappé needs one as well. And I think most definitely he will get it by the end of the year, which just takes his number one spot. And arguably you could go footies, you could go the team of the tournament, the team of the season, the team of the year. Mbappé is always going to be number one. Even his gold card at this point is still incredible, and still one of the cards I have not packed a single time this year. He's still coming in at 189,000 coins. I know technically the gold card is no longer in packs, but he is that guy. Body type for him, in fact, we don't have, so that doesn't help us in any shape or form. What about the 98? Body type is not there, so I imagine he will get his own one as well. That's just without a question, really. The ambassadors tend to get their own because they do more work with them, and they also want to make them more relevant in the game. So that would just be definitely something he works on. But Mbappe's number one. Obviously, just a little rundown from these. We have got number 10 at Ginola. We've got 9 at Pelé. 8 Hamm, 7 Eusébio, 6 Cruyff, 5 Messi, 4 Haaland, 3 Ronaldo, 2 Ronaldo, and 1 Mr. Kylian Mbappé.